course, it's the Reem. Finally here in the program and trying to get home for a while. A couple, 3, 4 fights. Finally got it connected. Thanks, JT in Canada, for making that happen. So before we started recording, Alistair is very interested in what fighters do after fighting. When they're done. Do you have a plan for when you retire? And are you thinking about retirement already?
Yeah, a little bit, of course.
Okay.
It actually all started back in 2012. I was injured, lower back.
Yep.
People didn't know how to fix it, so I kind of had to figure out, okay, what am I going to do now? I kind of went back to Holland and I rehabbed the injury. It took a long time. It took like 4, 5, 6 months. Actually, 6 months before it was totally good again. But that opened my eyes to, hey, if you're not going to fight anymore, what are you going to do? And I kind of have my plans already laid out. I'm going to become a coach. Because my thing is, I just really like to wake up in the morning, eat my healthy breakfast, go to the gym. So why change a winning formula, right? And even though at a certain age, competing, you shouldn't compete anymore because it's, I had a wonderful career, you've done it all, so why keep going? That's still far out. I still have a couple good years left in me. Keep saying that every couple of years. But I'm still getting better. I still am fit. I'm still, do I look 37?
No, you don't. And that was actually one of the things I was going to ask you is that it is that time for you to start thinking about it age-wise.
But my advantage is I've been thinking about it for 5 years already. Kind of slowly having it in the back of my mind, slowly surrounding myself with the right people if I had not done it already. I'm already fully versed in it. So I'll be a coach. And not that I have to become a coach. I don't have to do anything anymore. I can just chill on the beach somewhere. But you have to choose. You have 24 hours a day. You have to choose, what am I going to do? What am I going to fill those hours with? If you're not doing anything, life sucks. If you're going to be partying all the time, life sucks too. So you have to kind of, teaching. I'm sure you've teach classes very positive. You're occupied with people. You're occupied with development. There's a lot of gratitude there. I think that's going to be I love to do it. I've teach years for free. I've done privates. I've done group. And now I do seminars. I like to interact with people. But I could have a group of fighters. I could have regular people. It's good. It's positive.
I actually backed away from teaching professionals, and I only teach regular Joes now.
Because professionals are a headache.
Well,
deep sigh.
Yeah, pros are a pain in the ass for sure because every little thing's got to count. Like for them, if your pinky's in the wrong position or your elbow's in the wrong position, the whole technique is wrong, and they've got to get it fixed. And sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't listen, sometimes they listen, but they get it a different way. It's like it's a whole process. With regular folks, they're just happy to be there training. They're just happy to be in the space.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to have fighters. If I have fighters, it's not going to be me, because as an athlete, you will understand you have to be selfish, and I am selfish. So I don't know if I could kind of kiss somebody's ass in that sense.
Yeah.
And not disrespect to all the coaches out there, but you have to kind of cater to somebody's needs, and I don't know if I could do that. But I could see myself coaching with in a group of coaches, like a main coach position, because of course through the 20 years, 24 years, you have so much experience and a unique, different look on the game. So I could see myself maybe in a main coach role. I think that would be great. That would be big fun, and then I could see myself work with other fighters.
So
it would not be me opening up a gym and then 10 fighters a group, and then you have to kind of run from left to right. That's too much.
So how many coaches do you have right now? Because it seems like the trend has changed. Where it used to be you would have 2 coaches, then you have like 3 coaches. Now it seems like everyone's got like 20 coaches.
Yeah. I have, I think, 10, 15 people I work with, and that's like year round. And then in the camp, actually right now, how many coaches I have here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's 6 or 7 coaches here.
Wow. Okay.
And some came, some went in camp in Albuquerque. Of course, Greg and Wink are there too, but I don't work with them too much, but still they're my coaches. So it just depends. And then you can swing a little bit in which direction.
Right.
If I'm going to do a little bit more wrestling, I'll be a little bit more with that guy. If I'm going to do a little bit more strength and conditioning, I'll be with that guy.
It's a lot. Plus you add in your physical therapy coach, you add in your nutritionist coach, you add in your mental coach. All of a sudden, you're
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah. Then it adds up.
it's like so. Is it almost like 50% of your income going off the coaches? Because everyone's got to get paid. Everyone's got to make some money. So
No. I'm not with them all the time. It's not 24/7. It's not
okay,
full time job. So it's an hour here, it's an hour there.
okay,
Plus, I don't know. I only work with people who love me because
mm.
right, we got my physical therapist sitting over there. Good relationship, just a good friend. Loves
Yeah,
to, that works better. If there's friendship involved.
yeah.
If I don't like somebody, I don't work with him. If I don't have that chemistry, I don't work with him.
It's tough too because they're going to see you at your best and your worst. They're going to see you at your weirdest time. They're going to see you at your best times, and you got to deal with somebody that's really got to like you. Otherwise, it's like
Otherwise, it
they have
becomes a
fuel.
drag for them too, right?
Yeah,
And then it needs to flow. That's a little bit, and I'm very sensitive to that too.
okay,
So all based on that, flowing, nice friends, everybody gets along in the crew. Took me a long time to get it this way, because when you're working with
yeah,
coaches, egos. Some coaches are damn evil too, right? Me, me,
yeah,
me, me. There's coaches trying to cut other coaches off. A lot of jealousy there, and but I'm very satisfied now with what I have around me, and that goes for management too. Um, yeah, it's just always, people can be evil. So you gotta
yeah.
organize it the way you want to organize it, but that you cannot always do that because you're not in a position to. I have a big name, I have money, so for me it's easy to organize it, and I'm kind of, also when you start fighting, I mean, we were all boys, right? Now I could say we're adults. Same for you. You're a little bit older,
Yeah,
but now you're an
yeah,
adult. Now you can stand
yeah.
up as like, hey, wait a minute. But when you start training, you're in the gym, you're a young kid, you very easily go along in the flow, and then before you know it, there's all these wrong people around you. So, but part of the growing up process is you figure out what you want, what you don't want, and you can kind of organize it how you want.
That's actually really insightful. And you being a coach and be able to share that kind of information with other coaches later when you do get to that step, that's actually gonna be huge. Because that's the one thing that actually misses right now that most of the coaches that are in the game, and like you said, no disrespecting the coaches, they've never actually played this game. They've never actually been in the MMA world. They've come from other worlds and jumped into it, but they've never actually been inside that cage and had John McCarthy ask you if you're ready. Like it's never had Bruce Buffer announce your name. Like they've
Yeah,
never had that
but that
position
don't
where,
mean that the coaches that are there now. I mean, there's excellent coaches out there,
yeah,
right?
for
Obviously,
sure.
obviously,
Obviously, I
there's
mean, you're,
champions. There's
yeah.
amazing other athletes. So, but yeah, I do think I have extra insight in the
Yeah.
fighting in the fight business.
Real quick before we start talking about Francis Ngannou, when you do decide to coach, you're gonna go back to the Netherlands and that's gonna be your main base. You're gonna
No,
switch
no, no,
fields
no.
and
Holland
stay
gets
in
cold.
America.
I got.
Yeah, okay. That's I knew that about you, but I wasn't sure if that
No,
was still
I'm
your game plan.
probably gonna be in 2 or 3 different locations and endless summer.
Okay.
Endless summer.
Nice.
If I'm
Which
gonna
is
work,
why I
at
moved to
least
Hawaii.
have a sun over my head, and have being a, you know, that's also one of the things. I travel a lot, and you probably have the same.
Mm-hmm.
The traveling actually makes you happy. A new change of environment, new impulses, new restaurants, and not that I want to keep in this pace because now it's like a crazy pace. I'm all over the place. It seems,
Yeah.
but I could actually be in
Mm-hmm.
2 or 3 different places. I could do that.
Yeah.
That's perfect for me.
Yeah, and spend 3-4 months in each
Something
spot.
like that.
As you bounce
Yeah,
around. Once the cold weather starts coming in, you move
yeah,
on to the next spot.
yeah.
It makes sense. Yeah, it makes
You
complete
have
sense.
that curve, right? In the beginning, it's great when you come somewhere. Hey, I'm thinking about my favorite restaurant. I'm thinking about visiting those people. This that, and then you have this, and then right before you start to go down, you basically become fed up of the area, or not fed up, but you
Yeah.
could actually, you want to see your other friends on the other place, your
Yeah.
other family, and
Yeah.
then you get out of there, and then you start in the happy curve again. You're happy. Hey, good to be here.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, I like it. All right, so let's talk about Francis Ngannou. So you're looking at the records. You're 43-15-1 in MMA. He's 10-1. So at the first moment when they announced this fight, I said, this guy's not up to par yet with Alistair. He doesn't have the record. He hasn't had the time in. But then you look at the fights he's had and the people he's smashed up. You're like, okay, well, he is. This is a battle of two strikers. Let's see who's going to catch what. I heard you say in an interview that you're going to knock him out in the second round. He then responded in another interview. That means you have to get through the first round when I'm going to knock you out. So obviously both you guys are in the game, talking,
I didn't see that
talking the
from him.
smack talk. Okay, yeah, that's so there. I gave it to you. That's what he. That was his response to you saying to knock him out in the second round. Um, but it's still. First of all, how do you feel about him as an opponent? Is he worthy of a guy that just almost was the champ with you and Stipe? You almost beat Stipe. Like you were right as close as you can possibly be, and still lose a fight. You were right there.
Listen,
Where is he in comparison to
is
you?
he worthy? I think that's like a wrong question. I see it differently.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be in front of me Saturday. He's a huge, imposing guy. He's a couple pounds
Mm-hmm.
more than me. I think I even look bigger than him. But he's there. He hits hard. He's got a 9-fight winning streak. He's winning everything in the UFC. So he's there. And if he's deserving or not, I fought guys who were deserving. I fought guys who were like a little bit less deserving. I fought guys who were not deserving. But you got to get through these guys.
Mm-hmm.
You got to finish them. You got to beat them. I have a high win ratio. I think like 80% or something, and I have a really high finish ratio. So we're gonna see that at work. I definitely intend to finish him. He's definitely gonna try and intend to finish me. So it's gonna be fireworks. I looked him in the eyes. He's very confident, and it's gonna be my job to break him down.
When you were fighting in, I want to say it was the K1 Grand Prix. You kind of had the same kind of mentality that you're like, I don't care if he's just the next guy in line. It doesn't matter who it is, whether they're good or not. They got through the guy before us. So I have to take care of him now. And you wanted the guy to show up with a lot of confidence.
Thinking about those rankings and is this guy deserving and underdog or not underdog, disrespect, who cares about all that stuff? That's just fan stuff or betting stuff. But to me, I'm looking at how he moves. I'm looking at what his physique is. I'm looking at how he walks. I'm looking at other traits. Other traits are interesting to me, and not the numbers.
So what do you see when you see him as a fighter? Yeah, he strikes hard, but obviously you found holes in his game.
I see a very
because
strong
that's what
guy.
you're supposed to do.
Okay. And I also see somebody that has not been pushed yet, has not really been challenged yet. Has not had adversity. He has not had that yet. So there's a confidence there. And again, it's going to be my job to break that down, to break down the layers of Francis, and we're going to see what he's made of. I am really curious what he's made of. He's not broken down. He's not been broken in the octagon or outside or whatever. But it's going to be my job, and I'm very curious how he will react if that happens.
What are you going to walk in at tomorrow for weigh-ins? Are you going to be, how big are you going to be pound-wise?
I think like 248.
Okay, 248. So he's coming in at like around 250. So you guys are coming in evenly
like
matched as far as weight goes. Yeah,
it's
very close. So
I think I'm going to be just as strong. I think my cardio will be better. Camp was really hard. Worked my butt off, and I think I'm going to finish him.
Who'd you work out with? Because it's got to be difficult to find guys that are big enough to be able to maintain. Let alone
that's why I work
big enough to
maintain. Sometimes they alternate. Sometimes there's nobody there. I just grab them all. I worked with Cody East for this fight. He's still at the Jacksons. He's actually fighting. When is he fighting? I think he's fighting one day before. So he's fighting tomorrow. So we're kind of like in camp at the same time. And, Cody is a tough guy. He had two fights in the UFC. He lost them both. But he's a tough cat. And I'm actually a little bit, he accepted the second fight way too soon and broke his hand in the first. 3 months later, he's fighting again. You can't, you're still recovering. So that was like a little mismanagement there. But he's a tough cat, and I love to have him as a sparring partner. He's able to push me. And so props to Cody.
Yeah, Cody, I do believe that, I agree with you that he took that second fight way too fast.
He belongs in UFC. So it's unfortunate that he's not with UFC anymore. But who knows? Maybe he can fight himself back up. He's going to fight again tomorrow. I think Tony Lopez. And let that be the first fight in his steps way back to UFC where he belongs.
Okay, I like it. So you obviously going to knock him out in the second. He says he's knocking you out in the first. Someone's going home in a body bag. When you knock him out, what happens next? What do you think the UFC is going to do next with you?
So there's some talk about the potential title fight for January 20, Boston.
Hmm?
To me, that's all irrelevant. To me, it's all Saturday, and Sunday we're gonna wake up in the morning and we're gonna look.
Yeah, when I talked to you in Pride when we first met, and you are very animate about I don't think about January
No, I
20th. I
don't.
don't
I
think
don't
about
because
January
I'm
15th.
gonna wake up Sunday, and we're gonna fly back to Miami. There's some days there, but I have to see the status of my body. You know, you can injure
Okay.
yourself. You can. There can be all kinds of stuff. You don't want to have like a torn muscle or something. I mean, it is combat sports. Everything can happen. So we
Yeah.
have to assess that after the fight, and then we can kind of figure out what the next move is going to be. But if it's up to me, ideal scenario, let's just fight again as soon as possible. That's what I always would like.
That
Fight as
yeah,
much as
that's
possible. That's what we do.
if you could fight as uninjured and fight as much as you wanted to every year, how many times would you
Well,
fight per year?
I had that in 2009 and 2006. I had 2009 a 3 month period of 6 fights consecutively in 3 months,
Mhm.
and then 2010 as well. But there was K1 in there, 3 fights in one night, and then New Year's Eve again 3 weeks later. So that was like
Yeah.
insane, taxing on the body. But
Yeah.
when you fight often, there's a lot of exposure too, right? And you keep winning, then that's a great
Yeah.
opportunity to the whole world knows you, and then that's what we created back then in 2009, 2010. I became dream champion. I got the K1 belt. In between there's some guys you take care of them. So it was a really high pace time. I like those times. You cannot keep doing that though because it's taxing on the body.
Yeah, they're super difficult for that kind of stuff, especially now. Like you said, you are older. You're not 18
Yeah, how
anymore,
old
and
was I
the
then? I
healing
was
time takes
29,
longer.
30 then. But I
Yeah.
remember that I fought Peter Arce, and that fight went the distance, and I kind of had a busted right eye, I had a busted right knee, right ankle from all the kicks, so I could only throw knees and a left hook. And then I was fighting the next
Oh
guy
yeah.
already, and okay, that's what we did: hooks and knees, and then I got him in the
Yeah.
guillotine chair. But that's not realistic at this level. When you're fighting the
Hmm.
next top guy who's very motivated, who's kind of like had at camp 2 or 3 months, and is totally 100% fit, and then you can't throw kicks or right hands, yeah, then that's not gonna work. You got to be 100% ready for the guys now.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, I can't even imagine doing that kind of work you did between MMA and K1 at the same time. That was a crazy run you went on. I mean, and let's be honest, that's actually the run in 2006 is what is the one that run put you on the map, and
2010
everyone's like,
actually,
"Holy crap!" Like
2010. 2006 was a bad year.
2010.
2006 and 7 was a bad year. I finished strong end of 2007. I won the Strikeforce. Was that Strike? Yeah, it was Strikeforce belt.
It was
And
Strikeforce,
then I
yeah.
had a crazy run. I was basically undefeated till 2013.
I mean, and that's what established your legend.
Yeah.
Like people talking about the Reem, like that was that 6 fights in 3 months. Everyone's like, "What the hell is this guy doing?" Oh, it was a fluke, and then all of a sudden you kept winning even after that and going forward. Like, oh, this guy's legit.
Well,
This
we had our
is the
losses
thing.
here and there, and we had some
Yeah.
consecutive losses, and the worst was 3 losses in a row. That was 2006, early 2007. 3 losses in a row. My mother had cancer. I had a daughter, crybaby. You
Yep.
have kids?
Oh yeah, 4 of them. Yeah.
So you know all about those nights up and this
Yeah.
and that.
The worst times the first 4 years was like
It's
everything that's going
beautiful,
on.
and at the same time
Yeah.
it's taxing. You basically can't
Yeah.
combine kids with a professional career. You can't. What I do now is, because I just had a third daughter last August, I go to Albuquerque, go to training camp, and I'm there, and there's just focus mode. But when I'm home, it's like, yeah, there's every day there's something. You know how that is.
Yeah.
Every day there's something.
Another lesson, another sporting
Yeah.
event, another party, another sleepover,
And
another.
it's great.
Like, okay,
It's
this
great,
is
but it's just the
yeah.
reality of things. You're not you are.
Yeah.
It's not about you anymore. It's not about us anymore. Us husband or mothers, right? Wives.
Yeah.
It's about the kids.
Yeah.
So tip to all the up and comers: wait till you're a little bit settled before having kids.
Yeah, exactly. I tell everybody now. I have a granddaughter. That's
How old are
almost
you?
2,
Damn it.
and I'm old as shit, man. My son is
Okay.
24. about to turn 25. And so I tell him, man, like, don't get married until you're in your late 30s. Like, don't even think about it. He's like, why? I go, because as men, we don't adjust, we don't develop, we don't grow until we're able to be stable until that point. Everything you do before that is all just partying and hanging out and having fun. You may want to be serious, but you can't be serious because you have other things going on. For athletes, it's even worse.
Because it's like you're
It's
in a
even
bubble.
worse.
It's like time. But I also have the feeling that I'm 37, almost 40. I have the idea that when I looked at my dad, when he was 40, he was an old dude. He was not doing anything anymore. We're still doing everything. We're going out. We're catching and playing there. We're going to the gym. Indeed, hanging out. We're doing what we want to do. So it definitely has changed.
100%. 100%. Alistair, thanks so much for coming on here. I'm glad I got the time to finally speak with you. I appreciate it. It's been a pleasure, man. I can't wait to watch this fight this weekend. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, boom. Hey, always good to see you. Always good to talk to you, Frank, and see you. Okay.
You too.